I'm Alana. I'm a third-year medical student. So I was asked to talk about two things today. I was asked to talk about why I decided to go to medical school and what brings me joy. I went to college at UC Berkeley, and I loved my science courses, and in particular, I discovered a love for microbiology and infectious disease. I tried working in basic science labs and hated it because I didn't get to talk to people all day and because my cells always died. I turned to medicine because I wanted to be challenged and learn new things every day. Most of all, I was attracted to the way that physicians get to directly apply their knowledge in a tangible way, such as coming up with differentials and applying appropriate care. I care a lot about people, and I wanted to be working alongside people who care as well. People love to say that being in medical school is like drinking water from a fire hose. They tell you that it's hard, it's expensive, but most of all, they tell you to enjoy it because residency is going to be so much harder. Feeling anxious, panicked, and overwhelmed has for decades been normalized in medical school culture. In many ways, I've seen that people are great at coping with adversity, and my peers and I have been comfortable operating at very high levels of stress. To stay afloat, I formed study groups, and these groups turned into lifelong friendships. However, it's hard not to get caught up with exams and evaluations. There were definitely times that I found myself deriving my self-worth from my exam scores, and let me tell you that the highs you get from doing well do not linger as long as the lows. It's concerning that this still exists. However, I know that there is a shift happening based on the wellness committee that my school has scrapped together and because of conferences like these. A big part of why I wanted to speak today is to share some of the coping mechanisms that I found extremely useful. The first is to get or maintain a hobby. It's a great way to connect with the world outside of the medical school bubble. When I found myself burning out from a long week of studying, taking a true break, such as by painting or swimming, really reset me. The second is to volunteer or engage in activities that ground you. I'm so grateful that I had the opportunity to volunteer at Halo Clinic in Clinica Tavati because it recentered and reminded me why, in my first 2 years, I even wanted to do this in the first place. And absolutely, it increased my productivity in the weeks following. Other defining activities including participating in clinical research, being involved in interest groups, and sitting on the board of the SSBMS. So here's a photo of me writing my first prescription with Dr. Hopkins at Halo Clinic, and then you can see some medical students from both CNU and UC Davis. They're volunteering their spring break in Honduras. Okay. The third is to reach out to your colleagues. If someone you know seems off, make sure to check in with them. In medical school, they emphasize the importance of showing empathy to your patients, but they don't tell us how important it is to show the same level of interest and concern with your colleagues. Just asking if someone is okay may make all of the difference. Other tidbits: spend time with your family, see a counselor even if you think it may not be that bad, find time to spend outdoors, and exercise. Fast forward to year 1, year 2, and step 1, I'm 3 months into my third year of medical school, and I'm happy to say that I'm finding so much joy in medicine. I delivered my first baby 2 weeks ago, and I got to see it take its first breath. I get to see real-life applications of my love for infectious disease and micro when I had the chance to work up a possible Zika case and look at flu cells under a microscope from a swab that I had collected. One of the best, most reassuring parts of this year is that I get a sneak preview of the incredible club of caring, motivated, and brilliant people that I will shortly join. I feel so overwhelmed with gratitude that I am joining a career in which we have the privilege to see into people's lives, often at their most vulnerable, and that they trust us to try to make it better. I wanted to say thanks and that I appreciate that medical students were included in this conversation and at this conference because I really believe that by instilling the importance of physical, mental, and emotional health in medical students today, it will make for better, more cognizant, and well physicians in the future. Thank you.